Hey, I'm in my house. Welcome to Massage Me Tony. Okay, I gotta like try and block this little blue distracting thing back there. Anyway, in the house, and this video is why I decided to be a massage therapist and kind of the path of how I got there. So basically, it started out like this. In 17ish, like I had a job with the state that I live in. I left that job, and I was in school for a semester. I was like pursuing like education. That didn't go too well. I ran out of leave, subsequently left that job, was unemployed for almost 2 years, and we come up to 2019, and I decided to get my life like together. I was trying to apply to stuff. I couldn't get anything back. It was just like a really tough like year and a half, basically almost 2 years of living, and I decided to go to school for pharmacy technician. So I had no desire to do that when I like had gone to college or whatever, and excuse me, and I just decided to do it because I wanted some experience in the more healthcare field before I got into massage. But I had the goal of becoming a actual somatic therapist, but I just felt like maybe pharmacy technician and somatic therapy will go together, and I just decided to like apply for that program. It was a 15-week program, and it started in like April or something like that. I interviewed for it, I got in, I've completed the program. In 2019, I got my pharmacy technician license, and I subsequently worked at 3 different places over the course of 3 years or 4 years. Yeah, like 4 years. So I worked at a long-term care facility or a long-term care pharmacy for a year, another long-term care pharmacy, and then my last place was a retail pharmacy. By the time I was at the second long-term care pharmacy, I was in school for massage. Now, the goal that I had when I entered massage was it was just going to be a pass-through route to somatic therapy. Like, to be a somatic therapist, you needed to be like an occupational therapist, a physical therapist, a massage therapist, a doctor, MDDO, someone who had experience with like hands-on type interactions. So pharmacy technician wasn't really a part of it, but I knew that if learning about medication gave me an insight of learning about the body. And so I kind of used that information and telling the lady that I interviewed in 2019 about that to get in the program completed. And when I decided to go back to school for massage in 2021, because I left, so let me go back. It was the first long-term care job that I had that I like stopped, and I got a job while I was actually starting school. Sorry. So I had my first long-term care job. The pandemic hits. I got this job in 2019. It was my internship like location. Then they just let me on full time, and I wasn't satisfied there, so I left. And I left it during the pandemic. I left in like the summer of the pandemic, 2020, and for several months I didn't work, but I had a little bit of savings, so I wasn't too upset. And then I like bought a course, and I went left, and it was about doula, like doula work. It was something I was interested in at the time, and still am interested, but not so much. I decided I was gonna go to massage school, and at this time I used up all my savings. I was living here at home, but I used up like all my savings, and my goodness, I was like came through in a clutch. Like, our state had like, you know how we had like stimulus like checks and stuff like that? Like, the state had its own like stimulus thing, right? And it was like just the amount of money basically that I needed to apply. So I applied to massage school. I had already been at the school to do Reiki classes, because in the time between starting pharmacy tech school and me having left that state job in 2017, I like was looking into like Reiki, and I took some online Reiki stuff. And the year of the pandemic, I had actually taken like a sound meditation class in DC, and I took this Reiki class, and then the pandemic hit and we weren't able to do anything, right? So I decided to go forward and like go to massage school with this thing. So I started in March of 2021. It was a 13-month track. I was supposed to be there for that long, but it extended because I took a break, had some financial like setbacks type things, and so I finally finished like all of my courses like a little bit before the summer, and then technically like my official kind of leaving was like October 2022. That's what they wrote. They just was like, we just stopped you at this point, because I think I was still trying to like do other stuff before officially. So I got my certificate, finished classes. I decided I'm gonna go for it. You have to take your MLEX. Took my MLEX. I passed that the first time. The state I'm in, Maryland, you need jurisprudence, which is the law portion. And so you get 2 attempts, right? 2 attempts. So attempt 1, I failed. And I failed by a close margin. I failed it. So you have 2 attempts. Once you fail the second attempt, you have to ask, like to take this over. But it's another, the MLEX is like, I don't know, like $100 something, $200 almost. This jurisprudence is like basically the same amount, and you have to pay the whole thing again. And I don't know if you have to submit all the paperwork again, but I was like, I hope I pass the second time. So I took it the second time, and I like barely made it. I like barely made it for the law. My state just like, I would go through like the website. It was just like so fucking confusing. I was just like, I would have questions. And I would try to look it up on the state website, and it was just like so confusing. That may be something I like take on as a passion project to help like Maryland practitioners, because it was just like so confusing for me. So there's that. So I got my MBLEX finished in April of 2023, and then I took my jurisprudence in August. So I took it, I think it was like late July, early August, and then mid August I like passed. So once you pass, you get like all your stuff. They tell you congratulations, blah blah blah. So I have been a practitioner now, licensed massage therapist, LMT, since that time, August 2023. And so that's the journey from like pharmacy technician to massage therapist, and kind of where I decided to go with that, and how I thought to navigate that world, because I don't think I would have done so well coming out of like a grad school program and straight into massage. I feel like it still wasn't on my radar to do massage in 2017. By 2019, it was starting to get there, but I was more interested in Reiki, somatics, stuff like that. It was slowly getting there. Physical therapy, pharmacy technician was the more practical route, and so I decided to go through that. And it actually, to be honest, did open up my eyes a little bit more about like the medical healthcare field, and it actually has become quite a valuable tool, because in interacting with the medications, like as these physical things, and interacting with the people who take these medications, I've kind of gotten a little bit of a bigger insight into wellness and healing. And I think that also informs my massage therapy like journey and decisions with regards to where I have decided to go. So that is the story, the long drawn out story of how I became a massage therapist, and kind of why I decided to become one. It was a slow process. It wasn't something that was like very I went to college for health, and I decided to, no, I went to college for history, and I always wanted to write. So now I'm in an MFA program several years later, but I went to school for history. Healthcare, health fields, science heavy fields or science oriented fields, they were not on my radar. I went to like a magnet engineering type high school, and by the time I was done with that, I wasn't interested anymore. So it's very interesting that I'm actually kind of enjoying understanding and learning more scientific type things, more sciencey things. Obviously, in this vein that is massage therapy or pharmacy technician, a little bit of acupuncture, a little bit of physical therapy, stuff like that. It's not hard science, like hard, like physics and chemistry in that way. It's just as it relates to these topics. But I'm still surprised that I became a massage therapist. I really am. Like if you told me when I was in college that I would be a massage therapist, I would be looking at you like you are lying. You are lying, because there's no way. Like there's just no way that I'm gonna be that. So thank you for watching. How did you get onto this journey? Let me know in the comments down below. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.